Southern Colorado. This is Friday, 26 October, and we had a little snow last night. Our low is like 14, so seriously cold again. I'm concerned about New England. I mean, I'm really concerned about New England and New York City. I'm really concerned. It's really kind of hard to put into words the seriousness of what this storm means. If the models are truly grasping what is happening, then we're in for more than a life-threatening storm. They're saying it'll be $1 billion storm. It'll be more than that. If they weren't trying to put this Sandy monster storm, this Frankenstorm together, then they probably wouldn't be engineering out here in Colorado. They wouldn't have been engineering 1,000, 2,000 miles off the coast of Washington and British Columbia over the last 2 to 3 days. They have these things planned weeks ahead of time, so they can stage their planes, so they can stage their energy, so they can slowly work with what's coming, so they can manipulate Sandy to where she needs to be to serve their agendas. This is 4:30 Mountain Time, which is where I am. I'm in Southern Colorado, and you will have just watched a video of all of the chemtrails that I had across the west. Most of them are the west and north of us today. And in the visible imagery, it is laden, just St. George, Utah, Las Vegas, Tonopah, Nevada, out over the Central Valley of California, just laden with trails. Now, that being as it is, I'm going to go to the forecast models. And what we're interested in is how these little impulses right in through here merge with this guy. This is what I believe they're doing in the Mountain West, is that they are retarding this jet stream, essentially pulling it in this direction, just like a little bit of a rubber band, to kind of swing this out a little bit more. So when it rounds the base of this trough, Sandy will be in place to loop her back in. And that's what it looks like is going to happen. This model was valid 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday night. We go to the same time because these maps are in 24-hour intervals. This storm does not look all that impressive. It's kind of stretched out. But Sandy's beginning to lift up, and she's a good distance off the coast. She will have a strong northeast inflow or northeasterly wind, but she still is moving up the coast. We'll step another 24 hours, and you can see as this trough has to begin to turn northward, following the height lines, following the pressure lines, following the contour of the atmosphere, we begin to see that spin, and that's when the reds begin to darken. And so we have this low that is now all of a sudden has this trough opened up, this low depression, not a high coming in, but a low, and that essentially tips Sandy back this direction. So she's going to unstamp. So this was 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Time on the 26th of Friday. What I want to do is zoom back in here. We see the lines running this way and then this way. All of the chemtrails that have collected moisture. And so they're working this environment. To what degree and what technology, I'm not going to speculate. But they're absolutely working it. And so even down into Florida, they're engineering this. And because there's no pollution regulations in the sky, they can get away with it. For days, after years, after decades, they've been able to get away with it. Just on the way home this evening and looking at the sunset to the west, and this is what the whole western horizon is like. Trail after trail after trail after trail. It goes on for hundreds of miles. And this is all in anticipation of sending this storm in the proper way to merge with Sandy. That's what it's all about.
Hey, wait a minute, something ain't right, I gotta admit it. Strange clouds in the air, I've seen them before and they shouldn't be there. Jet trails and they ain't dispersing, it's hard to believe if you don't see it in person. It's not weather modification, it's part of the scheme of the one world nation. Pollute the skies with lethal mental chemicals that we all die from deadly pharmaceuticals. Big pharma with solution to our ills to cry, but they keep pushing the pills. down a throat, make it hard to cope. Haven't got a hope, got me hanging from a rope. If there's one thing that I despise, it's them spraying the skies while they're spreading their lies. Call the government and they don't care, all they say is unaware of anomalies blowing in the air. But don't ask too much or you disappear. Every move I make, every breath I take, they be watching me. Every single day in the sky they spray poison you and me. Chemtrails, they be covering the nation. Blue skies, getting filled with saturation. Geo-engineered, oppression of the people, bring us to our knees, defenseless and feeble. Everybody keep your eyes on the horizon. Global schemes of domination are arising. Know the truth and you find it surprising. Bilderbergers are the ones that I'm despising.
Heads up, take a look in the sky. There's some shit going on, you won't believe your eyes. Wake up, we should be proud. We're living in the land of the blood red cloud. Stand up, it's time to rise. Spread the word about the truth behind their lies. Tell the people where we shout it out loud. We're living in the land of the blood red cloud.
Jet trails passing over my head, crisscross clouds in the sky that's red. Blue beam Buddha in the words he said, promising the promised land, the lies we're fed. Whatever's fair and I hear you say, cause this kind of shit happens every day. Listen closer, give voice to your fears. Let me tell you the shit you won't believe your ears. Cancer causing diethylene bromide. Breathe too much and you bleed on the inside. And don't forget a lethal dose of barium for making you weak, and lowering potassium. Magnesium for annoying your kidneys. Titanium and hope your skin bleeds. Aluminium to fuck with your brain. Add a little bit of Prozac cause you're going insane. Dumping the shit in the air we breathe. Turning your face ain't gonna make them leave. Pumping out lies while denying the proof. Running their lives while they're clouding the truth. Every cloud has a nitrate lining. Taking back the earth is a matter of timing. And our time has come, you better join with me. Middle finger to the sky with no apology. Kicking wicked beats while defending the earth. Finger licking rhymes, I defeat them with words. Up from point blank, gonna show them they're wrong. Exploding with flow, cause I'm louder than a bomb. Subtlety, the monkey who be spitting the truth. Exposing their lies, a mad ape on the loose. Blow away the haze that be covering your eyes. You can take our heavens, and we're keeping our skies.
Heads up, take a look in the sky. There's some shit going on, you won't believe your eyes. Wake up, we shouldn't be proud. We're living in the land of the blood red cloud. Stand up, it's time to rise. Spread the word about the truth behind their lies. Tell the people when we shout it out loud. We're living in the land of the blood red cloud. Living in the land of the blood red cloud. Living in the land of the blood red cloud.